Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3 and this is episode 18 of Season 5 of our FIFA 12 Bolton Wanderers Manager Mode commentary, and today this is going to be the last episode of the series to determine whether we are going to be the Premier League champions or not, and we have some really important but really difficult matches in this episode. First off, we have an away match against Arsenal. It's going to be a hard match to play. Then we have another away match, this time at Tottenham, who are top of the table. Again, really difficult match. And then lastly, we have a home game against Queen's Park Rangers. That is going to be a really important 3 points, but hopefully easier than our matches against Arsenal and Tottenham. And in the Premier League table, Tottenham are on top with 73 points. Just a point behind them is Manchester City, and then in third place is us with 71 points. Really close to the top, and hopefully we can overtake Tottenham and Manchester City to win the title. But as voted by you guys for last episode's goal of the episode was the Javier Hernandez goal against Wigan Athletic, so thank you guys for leaving a comment on that. But on to our first match of the episode against Arsenal, and Arsenal's team really does not look that good at all. They still have Van Persie, which is kind of surprising if I am honest, but looking at their team, they have Emmanuel Frimpong, Francis Coquelin. I mean, it's just not that great at all, and we get off to a good start here, as you would expect against this severely weakened Arsenal side, I have to admit. Falcao here trying to curl a shot into the top hand corner, but it was a good save by Chesney. But still, we're on the attack now. Sanchez picks up the ball from the tackle, has a shot, but again, it's a reasonably comfortable save for Chesney, and it goes out for a corner. But from the corner here, it's whipped in, comes out to Thomas van Marlen against his former club. His shot is saved on defender on the line, but then Sanchez, I thought it was Falcao for a second there. Sanchez, look at the curl on that shot, right past Francis Coquelin and Mertesacker as they run into each other, and then past Chesney, and that was a great finish there by Sanchez. But Arsenal almost got into the lead here. Coquelin, he breaks into the area, and the shot just goes wide of the post. Ter Stegen wouldn't have got, well actually he probably would have got to that if it was on target, but still it was a close effort. But this time Sanchez counter-attacking on the wing, cuts inside, Mertesacker's all over the place, but sadly Sanchez couldn't pick anyone out of this cross, and it was eventually cleared out. But still on the attack at Ibra, little bit of skill there, Scott Dann and Frimpong trying to tackle Ibra, just can't get one in though, and eventually it was a good save by Chesney and cleared out. But with so many chances, how are we not further ahead? And Mertesacker here with the last man tackle, not being sent off though, and Modric with the free kick here just over the bar. Not quite his free kick he scored a couple of episodes ago, but still we're on the attack trying to extend our lead here. Shaqiri playing through Ibra, has a lot of space and time and trying to curl his shot into the bottom left hand corner, can't get enough curl on it though, and it is out of play. But Arsenal on a very rare attack here, Van Persie on the ball, but his former teammate Van Marlen comes across and makes a really important tackle, and from a corner here Scott Dann with the header, but as Ter Stegen, when called upon, makes a good save. He falls over a bit after it, but still it was a good save by Ter Stegen. And this time we're still on the attack. Sanchez on the ball just on the edge of the area, fires in a shot, and it just goes over the bar. They're pretty unfortunate, but it was a bit of a wild effort just over the bar. And Arsenal now trying to equalise, trying to get that equaliser. Coquelin on the ball, but a really important block there by Shaqiri out for a corner. So I decided to make a few substitutions, bringing on Lee Chong-yon and Javi Martinez for Tiote and Sanchez, I think it was. I didn't quite catch that last, but still Arsenal trying to get the equaliser, really forcing the issue now, and Ter Stegen with a comfortable save there, just had it in his grasp and can catch that, doesn't have to palm out or anything. And now Falcao on the ball, but this time Shawcross comes across, and what was he doing there? He gets sent off that, a tackle from behind. You're never going to get away with that, and that was a really poor tackle. And now we have a free kick with Ibra, going to take a long run up, and that was a terrible free kick there by Ibra. I actually apologise to all you guys having view that was atrocious. But Arsenal now trying to get the equaliser, and Van Persie through on goal, but he hits the post. How many of you were expecting that? And that really was so lucky on us, and that would have been a heartbreaking result had we actually drawn that in the 90th minute. But we do get the result, and also another good result is that Manchester City drew with Newcastle United 2-2, so that is a good result all round. And in the Premier League table we are now top with 74 points ahead of both Tottenham and Manchester City. I don't know when Tottenham dropped points, but that is a great result for us. But on to our second match of the episode, and this match is crucial against Tottenham here. If we do win this match, then we are pretty much going to be an assured Premier League champion. However, if we lose it or draw it, then it is going to be really close on our final match against Queen's Park Rangers. But Tottenham side is pretty good. The ball comes in here though, and it is a bit of a poor cross. It is punched out by the keeper, comes out to Tiote and Modric against his former club. He lays it off to Falcao, and just look at this. That really was the epitome of a perfect finesse there by Falcao. Just what a goal that was by Falcao. Picks up the ball from Modric, has the perfect amount of curl on it into the bottom right hand corner over the keeper. That was just a really spectacular goal there by Falcao, and still we're on the attack trying to get that second goal to consolidate our lead here. Falcao lays off to Ibra in the centre, and somehow from close range he manages to hit the post when it seemed easier to score there. I can't believe he did not take that chance. That was a great opportunity, and Modric here with a long shot, another comfortable save for the keeper there. But to be honest, although Tottenham actually attacked a few times, they didn't really show that much, and Ibra now on the counter attack, he manages to sprint past Sebastian Bassong. He's not actually that quick at all, but Ibra manages to get past him and now has the support in the centre with Falcao. He goes for the bicycle kick though, and that was a terrible effort. He had an open goal there and just didn't get enough power on it. I don't know what was happening with him, but he couldn't get enough power on it, and Tottenham just couldn't break through us at all. But this time here, Ashley Young on the ball, lays off to Scott Parker, and Cheick Tiote smashes into him and gives away the free kick. And now Gareth Bale steps up, but the free kick is straight at Ter Stegen. If that was to his right hand side, that would have been in the back of the net, and another great goal there by Gareth Bale. But at half time it was 1-0 to us, and hopefully if we can keep up this performance, that will be a really important 3 points. But Tottenham really steps it up in the second half there. Ter Stegen with another important stop, and this time it is eventually cleared out. But now we're just trying to get that second goal to consolidate our victory, and the ball comes in to Luka Modric, puts it in the back of the net against his former club, but he was offside as the ball came across. I'm not really too sure, but on the replay there it does show that he was just about offside. And now the ball comes in here from the cross. Ter Stegen, what are you doing? That was a terrible attempt to catch the ball. Luckily enough it was cleared up, but only so far as Laurent Remy. His shot is blocked by the defender, but then it bobbles out to Scott Parker, who heads it in the back of the net to equalise for Tottenham. And I can't believe that. Just defensive calamity all over the place, and that was terrible. And the free kick comes in, and Tottenham now trying to get that second goal to put the game in their hands here. Corker on the ball, lays off to Gareth Bale, and he plays a Nico Cranshaw, and a shot yet again. A good save by Ter Stegen there. Was a bit easier than the previous ones, but still that was a good save by him. And Ibra now playing through on goal. This is really all and out now. Whoever gets the second goal is going to claim all 3 points here, but it drops to Falcao, and look at that there. Just blasts it straight at the keeper, and he can't get enough on it. It's in the back of the net, and that really was an important goal there by Falcao. And the ball lofted up the pitch, a massive hoof up the pitch. Sadly Ibra can't get to it, and it goes to the keeper. Going to speed this up just a little bit. He throws it out to Sebastian Bassong, and they're just passing it between each other now. Have no idea what they're doing. A heavy touch by the keeper, and then Falcao chips it in the back of the net to make it 3-1, and that really was a bit of a lucky goal there by Falcao as he snatches it off the keeper. But that is all we need now, just a huge bit of luck, and it looks like, guys, we are going to get all 3 points. Ibra with the ball tries to curl it in, but that's straight at the keeper. But it doesn't matter now. At full time it is 3-1 to us, and all 3 points, and what looks like now is going to be the title. Looking at the other results, and Manchester City drew with Blackburn, so it is all but decided now. We just have our last match against Queen's Park Rangers, and as we can see from the table, we are on top with 77 points, 3 points ahead of Manchester City. So if we either win or draw against Queen's Park Rangers, we are the Premier League champions. And for our last match of the season, and Jussi Jääskeläinen's last match for Bolton, he wants to play because he is going to be retiring, so I'm going to decide to play him just because, you know, the quality in between Ter Stegen and Jääskeläinen isn't exactly huge, and in reality against Queen's Park Rangers this should be an easy 3 points. But then again, you never know. You know what happened against Manchester City at the end of last season, so you never really know. But against Queen's Park Rangers, I am expecting 3 points here, and I am expecting to become the Premier League champions of this season. But it was actually Queen's Park Rangers got off to a stronger start here. Adel Taarabt lays it off of Campbell, but what a stop that was by Jääskeläinen in his last match for the club. A really important stop by him, and now we're just trying to get that goal as soon as possible to really get ahead, and then hopefully we can start celebrating. And what a shot there by Falcao. Takes a massive deflection, hits the post, and then comes out to Ibra, who heads it in the back of the net. And how lucky can you be there? Takes a huge deflection and just straight out into the path of Ibra, and that's exactly how he wanted to start off the match. With QPR, I want to sit down and stop playing. They're straight back on the attack here. Sean Wright-Phillips on the ball, plays through Kieran Dyer, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. A good finish from him, and unfortunately Jussi Jääskeläinen's clean sheet is gone now. I still can't pronounce his name. I don't think I'll ever be able to, but unfortunately for us, that is the equaliser. Just after we scored through Ibra, we get paid back now. It's going to be a bit of a crazy phase here. Falcao gets the ball from a Modric header. He has a shot. It's a good save by the keeper and palmed out. It does fall though to Shaqiri. He controls it with the chest, tries to get the finesse on target, but it is straight out the keeper, and that's never going to go in the back of the net. But this time we're still on the attack, trying to get that second goal just before half time, and Ibra there tries to just blast it in the back of the net, but again it's a good save by the keeper. And still from the corner just before half time we have another chance, and it is a save from the header yet again by Ibra, and still it's not half time, and Ibra just before there he tries to curl it in, but it is yet again straight at the keeper. And at half time it is Bolton Wanderers 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. We've had plenty of opportunities to score the second goal, but sadly we just couldn't do it. And Shaqiri there just trying to get a shot on target and still just can't get it. Just went wide the post and still we can't get that goal. This is really frustrating, and yet Queen's Park Rangers still threaten to attack, and I just want that cushion just in case, because we are going to win the league if it stays at 1-1, but that's not really enough for me. And Shaqiri, really good skill there, takes it past the player with a little bit of speed, not really got much support, so he tries to finesse it past the keeper, but again it's a good save by the keeper, and we just haven't been clinical enough today, and I'm not surprised by the scoreline really. And we still have the ball though, lays it off to Ibra, and he tries to cut inside, comes out to Javi Martinez though, and his shot just goes wide the post, and just before the end of the match it is hoofed out. Can we get it back into play? No, it's not. And at full time, guys, it is 1-1, and that means that we have won the Premier League for this season, so that is absolutely awesome. At times this season it was really hard, and I honestly thought I was going to lose the title, especially towards the end of these coming weeks, especially that time when we were knocked off the top, so with only 3 matches left. But we have won the title, and that is absolutely epic. In my 5 seasons playing, I always missed out on a really huge trophy, and now I have it. So looking at the Barclays Premier League table for the last time this season, we are on top with 78 points. Behind us is Manchester City, Chelsea and Tottenham, and Sunderland finished 10th as well. Not a great season for them, but a great season for us. And at the bottom is West Ham, Stoke City and Leeds United, so I'm happy that Stoke went down to the Championship. And now for some stats, and on top of the top scorers was Ibra with 30 goals, and close behind him was Falcao with 26 goals. They had a great season between them. And also on the top assisted chart was Falcao and Ibra. I'm not really surprised by that, considering how many times they linked up together and considering they scored so many goals this season. But sadly, in terms of clean sheets, we weren't really that great, as we had to swap out Steven Mandanda for Ter Stegen halfway through the season. But to be honest, we didn't really keep that many clean sheets anyway. And now in terms of our objectives for the season, my own reputation has enhanced. I think I'm now a 4-star manager. I'm not really that sure, to be honest. But sadly, we did not win any domestic cups this season, including the Carling Cup and FA Cup. We just missed out on them. It is slightly disappointing, but in the end we have overachieved, as we were supposed to qualify for the Champions Cup, but instead we have actually won the Premier League, so that is a huge achievement, although sadly we did miss out on the FA Cup and Carling Cup. And also now looking at Fulham, and they completely rocked the Championship. They were on top and went up straight away with 108 points. They just thrashed everyone in the Championship, so I'm quite happy for them that they're coming up. But now looking at who won the other cups this season, and first off we have the Carling Cup, and it was Manchester City winning the Carling Cup final 3-2, and then we have the FA Cup, and it was actually Newcastle United. They won in a penalty shootout against Manchester City, so a bit unlucky on them, but it's still, the FA Cup goes to Newcastle. Then we have the Europa League final, and that is Manchester United won 3-1 against Liverpool. That must have hurt a few Liverpool fans. And then last off, in the Champions League, we have Chelsea winning 1-0 against Bayern Munich. That is a bit of a deja vu there. But at the end of the season, these are the job offers that we have received. First off, we have Manchester City, a really good offer there. Then we have Bayern Munich, again, that is a great offer. Look at their team, that is some strong team. Then we have Juventus, also a very good offer. They came second last season in the Serie A. Then we have AC Milan, they actually came first last season in the Serie A, and they do have a good team. And then lastly, we have Olympique Lyon. If only we got these offers last season, would have made it a lot more interesting. But anyway, this is our career stats. In fact, I am only a 3-star manager. I thought I was a 4-star manager. We've played 240 matches. I've won 145 of them. I've drawn 43, and I lost 52 of them, and I scored so many goals. But last off, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching me all the way through this series. If you have watched all the way since my first season at Fulham, I can only congratulate you. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series as much as I have. I've so enjoyed playing it, and I've really enjoyed commentating over and editing and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I've really enjoyed it as well, and thank you so much for watching. And if you have, and you have enjoyed this entire series, please leave a thumbs up just to show your appreciation, and I would really greatly appreciate that. And lastly, guys, I just want to tell you that the next video video will be a choice or a lot of choices about what team I should start off with in FIFA 13, and also you're going to get a chance to leave a comment on whatever team you want me to start off as. However, I do have a general idea of the kind of teams I want to play. So anyway guys, thanks for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.